Greetings, friends. Trying to get the videos flowing again. Last video was, I think it was good content, but, just talking about depression. Maybe not especially interesting for people. Maybe some people didn't really apply to them. So let's keep it flowing. I had a couple of beers today, and I actually still maybe have a tiny bit of a buzz going. Something that I'm trying to avoid. I said in my last video, I recommend that people don't drink alcohol. It's not great for me, but at the end of the day, I need to try to be social, so I'm kind of like sucking it up. It's not too terrible. I'm making this video trying to be distracted and do something else. I don't like a lot of the discussion surrounding neurotypical versus neurodivergent. I've been seeing a pattern lately with the way that people talk about being neurodivergent. I have experience with therapy. I mentioned it in my last video. People said maybe depression, maybe social anxiety, maybe bipolar type 2. That's all ancient history in the past. None of that ever stuck. Nobody ever told me they thought I was autistic. There was one guy who told me to do the keto diet, and he was actually referring to it as the autism diet. He didn't tell me that I had autism, but he was like, I recommend that you do, for like the celiac disease, remove gluten, no gluten diet, more like 70% fat, like high fat, low carb, no gluten. That's a diet they give to people with autism. Like, he called it like an autism diet. He didn't tell me I had autism. He just said to do this diet that helps people who have autism. So maybe that was a little hint. But that stuff was really popular around that time. That was like right around the time when keto was blowing up. But I have a history on my channel of saying, I feel like maybe I'm high functioning. I feel like maybe a lot of psychologists got it wrong. I'm somewhat of an armchair, philosopher, theologian, intellectual, what have you. I feel like I know a decent amount about psychology at this point, so I've been kind of like psychoanalyzing myself. And yeah, I mean, theoretically, if you have neurodivergent characteristics and as a result you fail socially, that could cause social anxiety, that could cause depression, that could cause all kinds of symptoms. So it's almost like what these people were diagnosing me with, social anxiety, depression, those could have been symptoms of the real problem, which is being neurodivergent. But it's just a theory. I'm not a psychologist, and it's almost like every day as a philosopher I look at myself and I'm like, do I have autism? Like, am I neurodivergent? And I don't really know. And the point of this video, which I haven't even got to yet, so I keep taking off my sunglasses. Okay, we're under 5 minutes. It's leading up. Sometimes it's okay if it leads up to something. I don't like what a lot of people are saying online. So this is what inspired me to make this video. This guy was talking about, actually it was a girl talking about getting canceled in a group situation. And she, labels herself as neurodivergent. It's like, when you're neurodivergent, people attack you and insult you. And then when you insult them back, they all gang up on you and act like it's not okay, and that means you're neurodivergent. And that's exactly what happened to me. But there's not really a part of me that's like, oh, that's why that happened, because I'm neurodivergent. It's like, no, it's the same as I've always looked at it. Like, fuck all those people, like, they could have been in my inbox. They could have been like, yo, man, like, we've known each other for years. This is just some Facebook bullshit. Like, what's going on, man? Like, why are you coming at me that way? And I'm not giving people the get out of jail free card with that. Like, oh, everybody, it's my fault because I'm neurodivergent. No, man. And you know what beats psychology for me still to this day, even though I'm kind of like noodling with some kind of weird esoteric shit? The Bible. The Bible. And I left a comment saying like, look, like this doesn't have anything to do with being neurodivergent. Like that means you were around shitty people. And then some guy who his whole profile like identifies with being neurodivergent, smoking weed. The name of his profile is like the weed smoking neurodivergent. It's like, bro, like get off that shit. Figure it out. Stop clinging to this identity of being neurodivergent and stop smoking the fucking weed. But he told me that only happens to people who are neurodivergent. So here is me, beer and a half, tall boys, mind you, beer and a half, tall boys, just sitting here like, do people who are canceled, why am I fucking up saying this? Do you only get group shamed if you're neurodivergent? Fuck no. That pisses me off. Like, that's actually, whoa. Fuck that, dude. That's some, like, Orwellian, 1984, wrong think. You only get canceled if you're neurodivergent. It's your fault. There's something wrong with you. Like, fuck no, dude. And the Bible says, judge lest not thou be judged. Pick the log out of your own eye before you pick the speck out of your brother's eye. It's not good to gang up on people. And here's what I'm seeing on the opposite side, which I like seeing, is people are saying when there's a conflict and you're trying to figure out who's in the right and who's in the wrong, take a look at who's standing alone. Usually the group is in the wrong. When there's a group of people against somebody, usually they're in the wrong. And you know this guy stood alone. You know this motherfucker stood alone. This motherfucker stood alone multiple times. Oh, it's because I'm neurodivergent, guys. Whee! Let's make a fucking YouTube channel about how I'm neurodivergent and everything's my fucking fault. Fuck that shit. I do not like these patterns I'm seeing where people are like, oh, you know, when you're neurodivergent, you just say things that make people not like you, and every social interaction that goes wrong is your fault, and people are shitty to you because you're neurodivergent. Like, when you're the victim of group shaming and people dogpiling you and jumping on you, it's all because you're neurodivergent and they're neurotypicals. Like, so basically, like, bad people are neurotypical, and people who, for whatever reason, fall victim to these, like, groups of hyenas are neurodivergent. And, man, that's just not it, fam. That's not it. And I'm not saying autism doesn't exist or being neurodivergent doesn't exist. But what this guy said to me, only neurodivergent people get group shamed. That's the only people that it happens to. Dude, fuck that. Sometimes, let me say it street for you. Let me say it MOGGY Jr., dude. Because I see some people who are like trying to flex big vocabulary sometimes, and they're not really fucking saying anything. And I can do the opposite. Like, I can just talk to you like some hood shit and say something like really deep. Fam. Sometimes people say some real shit and a bunch of pussies get triggered. Okay? Sometimes you're surrounded by people who ain't it, cuh. They're not the ones. They're not the real ones. You know what's funny? A lot of this rhetoric about neurodivergent people, I hear the same rhetoric in the chosen ones. Only it's not that you're neurodivergent and you're doomed in this like scientific sci-fi way to suffer at the hands of well-adjusted people who dogpile you like fucking desperate animals. They're the chosen ones. No, it's not because you're fucking neurodivergent, there's something wrong with you. It's because you're a fucking chosen one. It's because you have a gift. It's not because you have like a meaningless atheist random, like, oh, you were born neurodivergent or whatever people think it is that causes it. Like, you have good in you. And people are like, oh, well, that's fucking cope. The bleak reality is that you're just neurodivergent. Nah, but when you read the Bible, when you read Matthew 7, like Matthew 7 to this day, I believe is like the most important teachings from the entire Bible. Because you read it in context. It's one after the other. Judge lest not ye be judged. Figure your own shit out before you try to, nitpick other people. Treat others the way you want to be treated, because you will know them by their fruits. So they have bad fruit if they don't do that. And not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will be saved. I will say, turn away from me. I never knew you. What does that mean in context? It means that narcissists are the ones who are not going to get saved. These precious neurotypical people who, well, they do that because they're normal, and you got canceled because you're not normal. No, in reality, those people are fucking evil. In reality, those people are fucking evil. Even if you're a little bit neurodivergent, rather, even if you're a little neurodivergent, and you didn't handle it. Oh, I didn't handle it perfectly, so I deserved to get dogpiled by savages. No fucking way, bro. And what does this all go back to? Neurodivergence, neurotypical. Oh, it's psychology. You guys want to know why I switched from psychology major to a philosophy major? I don't talk about this a lot. I actually started out as a psychology major at UNLV. Because I was taking Psychology 101. That's right, I didn't make it past Psychology 101. They taught us about this monkey. Really exciting. There was a monkey that they kept isolated in a horrible looking little fucking cage. It looked like a prison cell or like a dingy, dark dungeon in a torture porn horror movie where somebody gets tortured. And they kept the monkey in there, and they realized when they keep the monkey horribly isolated for weeks at a time, and it's alone and scared, they can wrapped up a barbed wire fence, or they wrapped up some sort of a fence, and they put fur, or they put like some sort of fur texture carpet around the rolled up fence, and the monkey thought it was its mother. Because it was so desperate for love and affection. Science! Isn't that fascinating? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the fuck is wrong? Why are you torturing a monkey? Why are you keeping a monkey captive? Like, what the fuck? And I'm just looking around and people are like, oh, wow, fascinating. Like, dude, it's weird, like, bug people shit. Psychology is like, we figured out if you keep somebody completely isolated in a dark room, what was one of the studies? Here's another one of the studies. Holy shit, dude. Can I even remember this one? Like, they drown a bunch of mice, and it's like, the mice that saw the other mice drown die faster because they realize there's no hope. But when you keep them isolated, and they don't see any other mice drown, it takes them longer to drown. Like, why the fuck are you drowning mice? What the fuck is wrong with you? I was done. That was it. Psychology is about torturing animals. Like, that's all it is, dude. They're like, did you know when you put the shocks in even the most popular shit, dude? The Milgram's experiment? Like, we administered a series of shocks to people, and then they tested, what they figured out from that study, which is kind of interesting, is that, what was it, like 80% of people were not capable of standing up to a corrupt authority. A very small percentage of people was able to say, no, I will not administer any more shocks. You know what I'd really like to see from that data? What percentage of them were women? Anyway, when I realized, like, oh, okay, so psychology is just about torturing animals and people all day long. I realized that it's some weird fucking bug shit for people who just aren't right in the head. And then those people are the ones like, you're neurodivergent. It's like, okay, buddy, you ever read the Bible? Like, you ever thought about your soul? Like, God loves you. Like, Jesus died for you. You ever think about that? That's not real. I learned that by torturing a monkey for a month straight. And then out of desperation, it thought that a fucking fence was its mother. Like, wow, that's really cool, buddy. Please stay away from me. Anyway, we're getting a little carried away here, guys. But what it comes down to, and then there's this video. There's a very popular, probably like the most popular psychology channel on YouTube. It has these little drawings. It depicts you as like a little guy with like leaves on his head. You maybe know what channel I'm talking about. There was a video called "Why People Ignore You," and of course it's a woman making the channel because women love to study psychology. Isn't it crazy when you get your master's in psychology and then you start realizing that you know everything about the human mind? I've seen women saying that kind of shit. It's like, sweetie, you don't know jack shit about the human mind. You don't know shit. Psychology is just about torturing animals and people. And usually, like, they want to fucking figure out an excuse to throw you in a mental hospital or some shit, which is basically like psychological torture. Dude, it's nuts. Like, psychology are the gatekeepers of the state. More advice I have for struggling men: if you are a struggling man, you have to understand psychologists aren't trying to help you. They're trying to decide if you are a threat to society. I'm just giving you that as like a bro tip. It's like, yo, you're my bro and you're struggling and you're thinking about going to a psychologist. You show up, you're a 24-year-old man, and they're like, oh, he's sad and he's isolated and he's a 24-year-old man. He might be a danger to society. That's what they're trying to figure out, dude. Like, they're trying to figure out how to fucking heal you. Not like H-E-A-L, like H-E-E-L. Heal. Heal, boy. They're trying to get you to fucking be sedated because they don't want you to go fucking bonkers. And I don't want you to go bonkers either, little buddy, but they don't really fucking care about you thriving. But we're really starting to get off topic. So this video was called "Why People Ignore You." And it's just explaining things that you could say. Like, if you talk about a dream, that was one of them. People don't know what to say when you talk about dreams. It's a very awkward thing. You shouldn't bring up dreams in front of crowded groups of people at parties. That was one of the examples. And it's like, on one hand, sure, it is good to keep this kind of stuff in mind because, you know, you do got to kind of like normie it up a little bit for the crowd. But at the same time, it's not good to ignore people. Like, it's the same thing that I originally brought up. It's not good for groups of people to gang up on somebody. It doesn't matter if that person's a little different. It's not good to ignore people, and I know exactly what they're talking about. Like, when you say something in a group and they all kind of just like normie glare at you for a second and then like make a point to look away. Dude, if people do that to you, don't fucking hang out with them. Don't hang out with them, dude. Like, I'm trying to think, what would I do if a group of people did that to me? I don't even know if I should get into that right now. I'd probably, like, I don't know, talk shit to somebody. It's like, hey, wait a second, you know, instead of that guy right there is a fucking bitch. Hey, what's up, bitch? Blammy! Blam! Or, like, start shit with somebody. I don't know, dude. I'm a little bit buzzed. I'm just saying, I know exactly what that video is referring to. That's happened to me before, okay? And you guys are thinking, little buddy, I think our little buddy might be a little neurodivergent. What do you think, buddy? I don't care. And I don't think I am. And I think you can actually kind of just chad your way out of being neurodivergent, bro. Like, just get buff. Like, it doesn't matter. What I've said, if you can bang out 100 push-ups, Do that if people ignore you. Especially if it's like an alcohol-fueled environment where like people are trying to have fun. It's like, hey, you guys are trying to ignore me? Check this out, betas. And then just bust out 100 push-ups. And if some guy's like, dude, you're weird. It's like, oh yeah, is this weird? Bam! Just fucking chat on everybody, dude. Just chat on everybody. And then if some of the guys are bigger and stronger than you, then honestly, in my experience, it's usually not big, strong guys who are doing that shit. It's usually fucking soys. Because the soys, it's so important to them. The social dynamics. I saw this shit, bro. This is what I've always been saying. On one hand, I don't like flexing about like me being cooler than people in high school, but in this particular instance, I have to point it out. The people that canceled me on Facebook, I was cooler than them in high school. I went to cooler parties than them. I was more of a Chad. I had higher caliber friends. Like, I was more popular than them. But they like clawed their way up by being fucking normies. And they're the ones who's like, you see what he did? He's being weird. Hey, everybody, he's being weird. Screenshot. Like, they're the ones that screenshot people. They're the ones that are going to try to pull that shit on you at a party. And I'm telling you, dude, it's like rock, paper, scissors. It's like normie, Chad, I don't know. It's just like normie, Chad, something else. But when they pull the normie card, pull the Chad card. It's like, wow, that's a really weird thing to say. Oh, yeah, you know what's really weird? I can fuck you up in 5 seconds, bro. You want to start the countdown? It's like, well, that's not good to do. Then you're going to get in trouble. But I'm just saying, dude, what I'm trying to say, guys, is like, if you're one of these people who's falling down this hole of like, oh, well, I'm neurodivergent, so people gang up on me, and that's why people were cruel to me. No, you're not supposed to be cruel to people ever. And I don't give a fuck what psychology says. That's what the Bible says. That's what Jesus said. That's what the living God said. I don't give a shit if you don't believe in that, okay? Like, to be a good person means you just don't treat people like shit. So these videos are like, why people ignore you? Like, people aren't supposed to ignore you. Like, oh, people ganged up on me because I'm neurodivergent. People aren't supposed to gang up on you. And I saw better advice from better niches online that's like, you got ganged up on because you're the fucking chosen one. And when you're trying to figure out, like, who's in the right in a conflict, take a look who's standing on their own. Okay? And I'm hearing that a lot. And I'm hearing that in content about narcissists. And I think a lot of people in the neurodivergent, obsessing over that type of shit, beating yourself up for being neurodivergent, I think you should obsess a little bit more about narcissists, bro. Because not every supposedly well-adjusted person is a narcissist. And this is the disclaimer to anybody watching this. It's like, you know, Stoic, it's not really bad to be a normal person. That's not what I'm saying. So let me make it clear by wrapping it up by saying this. Neurodivergent people who are self-deprecating and over-blaming themselves, what I'm saying is that these people that they label as neurotypical, that are ganging up on them, a lot of them are probably dark triad, psychopath, sociopath, narcissist, Machiavellian trash. They're getting fucking ganged up on by trash. And get away from those people. Like, dude, if you are in a group of people, and it's like, if you're at a bar or a party, you might be meeting new people. You might be meeting new groups. And yeah, a lot of this video has been kind of joking and playing around. It's actually not a good idea to jump to like physical confrontation or trying to talk shit. There's a number of reasons that that's not really the best way to go about it. But it's a card, bro. There's a lot of different cards you can pull out. Sometimes you want to pull the normie card. Try to take the advice from the psychology channel. You know, try not to talk about your dreams or say some shit that's going to get you ignored. Sometimes you play the normie card. Sometimes you play the Chad card. It's strategy. It's like Pokemon, dude. It's like, normie card. I choose you. Let's say boring shit to try to fit in with these normies. Oh, that guy kind of pissed me off. And I'm feeling like maybe if these girls see me like humiliate this guy, maybe that's going to help me. Come back, normie card. Bully this fucking soy card. I choose you. Like, it's strategy, guys. You're out there fighting a war. I made that video. Life is war. Life is war. Okay? You're not autistic. I'm not autistic. Let's play a game. For the next 6 months, you're not neurodivergent. Shut up about that. Especially if you're one of these people who are like, oh, everybody's mean to me because I'm neurodivergent. No, everybody's mean to you because they're fucking trash. And not everybody's going to be mean to you. And don't put up with it. And the best thing to do is walk away. That's what they told. There was like a green frog. All frogs are green. Most frogs are green. Anyway, there was like a frog mascot in my elementary school that was like, don't fight back when you get in fights, frog. But it had all these different solutions. Like if somebody's like bullying you, what to do. And it was like the number one is to just walk away. There is definitely a time to pull the walk away card, okay? But sometimes it's walking away indefinitely. And Sam Hyde has a video about cutting out toxic people. If you haven't seen that video, watch that. All I would do is like rehash the information in that video. So that video is my advice. Sam Hyde's video on cutting out toxic people, okay? You don't make a scene about it. You don't say, you guys are being mean to me, I'm never going to talk to you again. That's making a scene. They'll use that against you. They'll film it. They'll put it on TikTok. That's ammunition. Act like nothing is wrong. I've made a video before. It's like, only answer every other text, then only answer every other text, and then skip, only hang out with them 1 out of 2 times, then 1 out of 3 times, 1 out of 4 times. Cut them out, phase them out. They talk about that in the show Friends, like cutting somebody out. Just phase them out, dude. Get away from those people. I grew up on a fucking island. It was very difficult to do, and it didn't even really occur to me that you could do that. So the older I get, the more I think about my fucked up hometown. It's like, wow, bro, there was really no escape from those people. And I had some friends who would just show up at my house unannounced. I tried to ignore this one guy. He was knocking on my door and I ignored it. And he opened the door and he went through the fucking house looking for me. And he goes into my mom's computer room where I was. He's like, I found you. Yeah, he did. You didn't take the fucking hint that I didn't answer the door when you were knocking. That's how hard it was to cut people out in my hometown, dude. And I wasn't even trying to cut him out. I was just like, hey, man, maybe I don't want to fucking hang out with you today, buddy. Maybe I want to spend some alone time. Because for some reason, I'm getting kind of a bad feeling when I'm around you. But I'm only 16, so I don't really know why that is yet. Now I'm 35. It's like, oh, because he's a fucking psychopath. Because he fucking made shit up about me, because he talked about me every time I wasn't in the room, and then to get close to me, he talked about other people. He's a fucking manipulator. No, Stoic, it's because you're neurodivergent. That guy fucking broke into your house and looked for you through your big ass house. It was a 2-story house. He had to fucking look for a while. It's because you're neurodivergent. That's why he looked for you in your fucking house when he didn't answer the door. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of this shit, little buddy. And you don't want to get the blammy, okay? You don't want to have to get the blammy. So just stop all the negative self-talk, okay? It's not because you're neurodivergent and they're neurotypical. That's not why they ganged up on you. That's not why they ganged up on me. It's because they're shitty people and you probably didn't know how to handle it right. And yeah, maybe you handled it a little bit wrong. But who cares? They're still fucked up. They were still in the wrong. It's never okay to gang up on people. It's always kind of fucked up to ignore people. So I'm tired of hearing all this shit about, oh, well, I'm autistic, so I do this. I'm neurodivergent, so I do that. You know what? Maybe I'm neurodivergent, and I don't give a flying fuck. And it kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, sometimes maybe I blow it because I say some weird neurodivergent shit, but then just try to think about what you did wrong and try to do better. And, make it a game. Autistic people love playing video games. You're in a fucking RPG, dude. What's the most autistic game? You're in Romancing the Three Kingdoms. You're in, Actually, I have some cousins who are autistic, and they played like Age of Empires. You're in fucking Age of Empires, okay? And you have to like pretend to be fucking normal to win, okay? Seriously, that will heal your autism. So just figure it out, stop all the negative self-talk, work out, and just win, okay, little buddy? It's not that hard. God bless you. Next time.